I think everyone is still riding high from yesterday's episode and the final reunion of Bette and Tina. We have waited long enough, that's for sure. But today we're going to be breaking down the episode into some things that you may have missed and also some parallels to the original show, specifically around Bette and Tina. And at the end, I'm going to be discussing basically what I think going into the rest of the season, how I feel about the fact that we had 2 seasons of, quite frankly, fuck all, and then we have gone into these 2 episodes literally smashing the character development of years into 2 episodes that took place over 2 days. So we're going to talk about that, and I'm also going to talk about deleted scenes and bloopers, because as you see in the start of this episode, we got a slightly different take on the Bette and Tina hookup scene. So I'll also talk about that at the end, but we're going to talk about our parallels and things you may have missed first. So as I said, I'm going to talk about the Bette and Tina hookup scene and the deleted scene tweak stuff. I'll talk about that at the end. And next, we're going to go into the OG scene.
Do you know if they're coming together?
All I know is that Tina texted, said she wanted to meet up.
So she's not using the group chat. That's my point. God, I love the drama though.
As I said in my review, this is one of the best Gen Q moments, point blank period. Like, it is. This scene was like something from the original. It had the same vibe, the same everything, and you know, I can throw up here any scene from the original, whether in the planet, and you totally felt like that was just a continuation on, or as Alice said, no time has passed. When Bette and Tina came in and Alice was like there.
Is this really happening?
It's happening. We're taking it slow.
We have a lot to figure out.
Yeah, we do. We have a lot of things to figure out.
It's like no time has passed.
Skipping a beat.
I got that flashback to season 2 whenever Alice is like, yay, like they when Bette and Tina come in together, even though they're like not together yet, and Bette's like this behind her.
Oh my God, this is great. Alice, we're not back together.
So I thought that was like a nice little thing. Also, if you notice, Bette is all in white, Tina is in green, and I don't know about you guys, but when I think of Bette and Tina, like most of the time, I picture them in the famous porch scenes, because look, I'm even wearing one of them, which you can get from my merch store if you want one of your own. But in the season 1 episode 1 pilot, they have obviously the porch scene, and then in the finale they have the porch scene too. We've had a lot of fucking porch scenes, some amazing, some difficult to get through, but we had obviously the season 2 Gen Q porch scene 2 that was, you know, plaguing our minds for a year. So that was a little wink and nod there too. I really do think that we're gonna get a porch scene reminiscent, something similar in the finale of season 3. So keep your eyes peeled for that. But also the fact that like the whole way through the, I don't know, was it lunch, drinks? It was 1 o'clock, so it must have been lunch. The Bette is like playing with Tina's hands and stuff, like that was really reminiscent of the porch scenes and lots of other scenes in the original show. Also, this could be going in too deep here, but the way that the camera was set up, it was kind of going between like Bette and Alice. It made it seem like there was like a space, and I was thinking maybe it's like a space for like Dana or like an extra person. And I don't know why you would do that, because unless you were trying to imply something like that, because where they are in like they're on the set, they're not in the semi-tropic. There is Dana's on the set now, and I'll try and put a clip in here if it doesn't show the things that Showtime don't want me to show. But they're in like the center of the bar, and then around this side there's like booths, and then there's the front here, but way back here there's like tons of space. I just felt the way they set this scene up that it was reminiscent of maybe missing members of their group. They also talked about Alice's date, and of course at this stage we didn't know that they were in NXIVM, but the way that they had the conversation about like Marvel and DC, I'm sure most people know this, but one of like the second in command people in this NXIVM cult was Allison Mack, who I actually have a video about her on my second channel, which I'll link down below in case you want to check it out. It's on Allison Mack and NXIVM. And Allison Mack was in Smallville, which is a DC Comics show. It's Superman. So I thought that was like a funny little thing. Okay, next we're going over to the gallery, and as I think I've been saying this for like 2 months, that I thought that they were gonna do this whole earring thing, like reminiscent of when we found out how they met in season 1, that's called Looking Back. And they literally like reenacted the scene, which I thought was just so cute.
Are you coming to sit down?
Yeah. I just really like this one.
Are you coming to sit down?
Yeah, I am. I just really like this one.
You've lost your earring. Here.
Thank you.
Looks like you've lost your earring in your hair.
Thank you.
And the whole time they were in the gallery, they were super adorable, and they did like even the same little lines and stuff. And Tina was like mentioning how she forgot about her boyfriend Eric.
This one, I want you to put this back on.
I could have sworn I saw you put it back in. Rewriting history. I kissed you first.
And then there was also this little bit where they were like touching foreheads, and and being in the art gallery, it really reminded me of the scene from the pilot where they hook up with, well, they bring that guy back to theirs, and it just really reminded me of that too. It was like that same energy. So going into our big romantic gesture, whenever Bette was running out and she's like, I need to win your mom back again, like I loved stuff like that, because it's just so like it's poking fun a little bit about themselves. I really would have loved if she was like, I really need to win your mom back again because it's like the 4th time or something. But you also, when Tina and Bette were having like that argument in the gallery, and you kind of saw Bette's face, like Bette's life was flashing before her eyes, because I honestly don't think Bette could survive like Tina leaving again, because as I've said a lot, Bette's always there. I mean, I know season 1 was the whole palaver going on there, but since basically season 2 of the OG, like Bette has always been there. It's always been on Tina's terms, whether they're in a relationship or not, because Bette's, I mean, literally all of Gen Q, Bette's been like pining after Tina. And you can kind of see this again whenever they're in the car and Bette's like, what if she says no? And obviously everybody's like, she's not going to say, Angelica says like, she's not going to say no, because I think it just is that, again, that like panic in Bette, that she really is insecure, vulnerable, like deep down. I think like most people are, but Bette is just really good at covering it up. And it can't be an episode talking about Bette and Tina if I don't mention the season 6 premiere, where Tina just really, in a nutshell, like sums Bette up.
It's one of the things I love about you. Because you appear to most of the world to be so alpha in control. I know how hard it is for you to cover up the panic that you feel inside.
And this is just always the scene. It's the best written scene of season 6 for sure. That it's just pointing to Tina like really knowing Bette, being that evolved person, and Bette just being able to put out this projection into the world, but really she needs Tina to be like that kind of strength for her. One of my absolute favorite moments from the episode was when they're in the car and they're all screaming, Tina! 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 I feel like that was such a callback to season 2, where of course Bette is screaming Tina, but luckily this time it's in a positive way. I didn't catch this the first time through, but when I saw it the second time through, I absolutely died. Like, it's so funny. When Angelica, Tess, Shane, and Alice are in the car and Bette's giving her little, speech to each of them. And I loved how Bette said, apart from Tina, you're my favorite ex-girlfriend, because like that is just something that Alice would want to hear in like such an Alice way. And when she says it, the camera cuts to Angie and she's just like looking at them like, what the fuck? It just reminded me of are you fucking kidding me? And I still am laughing about that.
Apart from Tina, you are my absolute favorite ex-girlfriend.
You're gonna make me cry.
But her face, like Jordan Hall, perfection, such comedic timing. Oh my god, it was so funny. So next we have our big romantic gesture, literally Bette taken off 30 meters down the line of cars, and I loved every second of this. I thought it was brilliant, and I loved the whole tie-in with Imagine Me and You, because in the season 2 finale, when Tina comes to the door, they're playing that Happy Together, and that is from Imagine Me and You as well. So it was really great to have this scene where like running through the traffic. And I mean, this scene where Bette and Tina are having the conversation through the car window, or Bette's giving like her speech, it just was fucking brilliant. Like, there's no other way to put it. The acting, like everything about it was just absolutely brilliant. And I would never normally say this about a TV show or a film, because knowing what it's like, they're like, most shows and most films, like the actors show up, they read what's on the fucking page and they go home. It's even shows like they don't want the actors' opinions or like tweaks or improvisations or anything like that. It's very much like the writers are there to write, and if an actor came up and was like, oh, I think that you should, they'd be like, what's going on? This show is different. Like, it's totally different because Jennifer and Laurel have been playing these characters for like 20 years. I've said this, I know, a few times this week, but we would not have this episode, this reunion, without them. Like, as Jennifer said last week in San Francisco, she's always wanted this. This is what she wanted. And if she had to play the card of, I'm going to leave the show to get it, I mean, she's the one that brought Laurel back too, and luckily, like, Laurel was open to that. And I know it from, like, I think all fans who are, like, into the show know it, but also from what I know, like, from what people tell me who work on the show, this happened because of Jennifer and Laurel, and I'm super thankful, basically. So there was a couple of points in the speech where I was like, yes, because when Bette basically says, please may I go with you, it's the fact that, like, Bette Porter maybe 10 years ago would have just, like, got in or, like, been like, I'm going with you. But it's the way she asked and stuff like that. Like, I really like that.
I love you more. So please. Please, may I come with you?
And also when the people are beaking and she's like, just a second, like, Bette Porter is still in there, baby. She's just self-actualized now.
Just a second!
Also, I love the end when Bette's getting in the car and she just, like, cannot contain herself and just, like, launches herself on Tina.
Get in! Just get in!
That was a great way to end it. Them just, like, driving off. I absolutely loved it. So here was where I was going to talk about basically, like, everything that's happening with Bette and Tina and Danny and Gigi, and just what is going to happen over these next 6 episodes and kind of the direction the show's going in. And the fact that it's frustrating, it's upsetting, and I just don't know what to do when it comes to it. And I ended up filming for like that just section for like 50 minutes because I like got like a little bit emotional, and I went on for way too long. So I'm gonna split it up into a separate video because I didn't want to do that, because I don't want to come in and just be like, this is a video where I say how angry I am and how frustrated I am and blah 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 blah. But it makes this video way too long. So come back tomorrow for deleted scenes, bloopers, and a real honest take on what's going on the show and absolutely everything that's happening, because I did, after 2 hours of filming, I did consolidate it in this, but this, like I said, it made this video far too long. So I will have that tomorrow. So please come back and check that video out. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll hopefully see you tomorrow. As always, make sure to stay safe, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.